That's not.
So you don't cleanse
So now it just comes like that?
Well,
like they cut it. They cut it.
And this is like a polish. There's raw selenite.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I have selenite everywhere in my office. I have selenite everywhere in my home, on the door seals.
Okay.
So when someone comes into the home,
It's highest frequency.
Yep.
in my office, when they walk in,
I feel it.
besides my space being cleansed and clear, and I sage it, and the intention is there, I always have selenite. I have it under my bed.
Oh,
lined
yeah.
up.
That's
Yeah.
good. That's good.
So selenite is a crystal that I recommend. You can put it on your nightstand and leave it there. The other crystal that I recommend for new people is either black obsidian or
That sounds cool.
black tourmaline. Okay, I don't have.
And what are the differences?
Those are for protection
against
negativity.
Gotcha. Okay.
So I recommend those. If someone even a little tumble stone, you could put it in your pocket, or put it in your purse, in your vehicle. That's a protection stone. And so the different chakras. So let's say you go to a crystal shop. So the 7 chakras. The root chakra, the color's red.
Okay.
So if you're drawn to a red stone, most likely your root chakra
Is red.
is, the sacral chakra is orange. If you're drawn to an orange crystal, that's your sacral chakra. Your solar plexus is yellow. If you're drawn to a yellow stone, that would be associated with your sacral. The heart chakra is green, but you could also use rose quartz. Rose quartz is pink, but if you're drawn to a green crystal, that's the heart chakra. The throat chakra is blue. Any blue stone. The third eye is indigo, which is like a
darker violet.
Yeah. And then the crown is violet, purple.
That's awesome. She's legit. Look at that.
So
you named the whole thing. You didn't even look at it too. That's
So,
amazing.
if you went, this, for somebody new, or if you're drawn to a crystal store and you're drawn to a specific crystal, look at the color, check the chakra that it's associated with, and see what that chakra is telling you.
Now, does that also play into just like colors you're drawn to?
Yeah.
Because just from personal experience, I do a lot of existentialism, and I'm heavily drawn to green, violet, and blue. Green, violet, and blue. And it's usually like I don't know if you've ever had a chance, or when we're done, I'll just kind of show you, because
like his art.
Yeah, it's really heavy on the blues, the violets, and things like that. I don't know, they just resonate with me. You know what I'm saying? They just resonate with me. And
even wearing the clothes or fruits, I always tell clients, eat the colors of the rainbow. Right. What have you ever been drawn to a certain fruit? What color was it? Think, so when you start being more mindful and kind of open to,
everything,
life,
not just
the nature.
Your nature of reality.
Yeah, the nature of reality.
Yeah. See, we knew we liked you for a reason.
Yo, see, here's the thing, chat. You guys don't know.
Yeah,
we go way back.
Yes.
Nancy has known us since I was a jit, yo.
Oh yeah.
Since I was a jit, since I was in like 7th, 8th grade.
So what you trying to say? We've been trying to lose weight for 15 years.
For 15 years,
nothing happened.
15 years,
nothing happened.
I just got less hair, and you got
you lost weight from your scalp.
You what? Oh my god!
That's crazy work. Crazy work.
I think we got a question from the Restream bot from Kick.
Radian, welcome to the chat. Have you ever done a sober stream, brother? I am always sober. Snot says, what does it mean to be drawn to a crystal? Like, am I being drawn to a crystal if I think it's pretty, or is it something else?
Like innate, or something like your soul is drawn to? She has a good question. She has a good question.
So, the color might call you. So this is what I suggest. If you're drawn to a crystal, carry it with you for a little bit in the store, whatever, see how you feel, put it down and see if you're drawn back to it.
I feel that.
And so, you might think it's just pretty, but deep down inside your soul knows.
It's way more subconscious than that.
Yeah,
And that's with anything that we choose or we're drawn to.
Yeah.
It's like, we can surface level be like, it's just a rock, it looks nice, but something in there
keeps drawing you to it.
I
feel it.
You know.
And does each crystal has a different meaning behind it, right?
Mm-hmm. There's so many crystals, you know, but each one has a meaning, and they, you know, for example, rose quartz. That was the first crystal I was drawn to. So rose quartz is all about love, because your heart chakra is about love, relationships, the relationship with others, and the relationships with self. You know, so rose quartz is about love, and it's a peaceful stone, but it will help with like self-love and self-worth and self-respect.
Yeah, like my brother always says, you gotta love yourself before you can love anybody else.
Yes, sir.
What about your crystal? What does that represent?
So this, the selenite, and then
selenite.
I have Labradorite.
Oh, okay, you got another.
So
one.
I have Labradorite, and this is just
it has like a nice silver blackish, greenish.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Can you see the shine?
Yeah,
on it?
you can see.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's doing
they're
a lot,
reflecting off the light. Yeah.
It's like green, gray.
Yeah.
So I'm just holding them. So
Oh yeah.
So I receive
Do your
and
thing. Do your
say.
thing.
For sure.
But I love crystals, and once you're drawn to one, you might be drawn to many. So
So for both of those, like, what do they mean? What's the meaning behind them? And you carry them everywhere with you, right?
So, I always have my bracelets.
Okay.
And my jewelry. These I brought today. Obviously I want to give knowledge.
Of course.
So Labrador, using my intuition and
Okay.
and light, so
So
that what I share is of the highest.
Yeah, because that's the thing I've learned. I hear about crystals all the time, and I know some people take it as a joke, but for me, I'm very open-minded when it comes to certain things like that. Because especially if you want to get in tune with, again, like your higher self, like the best version of yourself. So for me, I want an understanding. I want to understand what it means and what it represents, because you never know. Because like you said, my brother and I can walk into a shop and then come out with a necklace or a bracelet or something like that. So, but it's very interesting to hear your perspective on what it is and what is the meaning behind it too. And for you to learn all that,
that's amazing. And it's internalized too.
Yeah,
like,
it is.
She knows it by heart, bro.
Yeah, she's a master, bro.
I love that.
She's a master. She's ready.
Snot says, kind of magnetic. Can you be drawn to more than one at a time? Like, can I collect them all? Speed run chakra mastery.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
See, now, like, what's the fastest you can get to that, like, to that level?
What you're talking about?
Like, in terms. Okay, all right. So it's gonna be a spooky question, but hear me.
It's gonna be spooky.
Can controlled substance help you?
I would say no. And so let me step back for a minute, because I know that there are people that have had experience with going to South America and doing, and I can't even say the name, but drinking that tea or something. That tea, I can't.
Yep. It's like a mushroom, right?
It's like a mushroom, and they have an experience. So one, you can have that experience by having a retreat like that.
Yeah.
By doing yoga, by meditating. You can have an experience by receiving a session. You see what I'm saying? But to be a Reiki master, you have to go through the attunements with a Reiki master. Gotcha. So this is outside of a session. And so when someone comes to me to get attuned, I ask them, have you had a session? Doesn't have to be with me, but they have to have a Reiki session. Gotcha. How are you going to, offer a session to someone if you've never had one? You see what I'm saying? Because
that's true.
The attunement is not a healing. The attunement is to activate the natural healing and to...
It's like a biopsy.
Yeah, it's like an activation.
Yeah.
So it's not a Reiki session, which is totally different from an attunement. So a requirement is that they would have had to have a session with someone, And
they can't do it with you first?
they can if
Okay.
they want. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, but it's not a stipulation where they have to come to me if they want me to attune them. But I ask if they've had a session.
I got you.
The other thing with the Reiki attunement, as I was taught and as I teach, is you have to be attuned in the presence of a master.
Got you.
Right, because so you can't just solo it and then interpret it the way you.
Because then that's what you're gonna think is like.
Because,
Right.
there's books out there. Everything's
Yeah,
in
for
books.
sure.
Facts,
So I
right.
could buy a book
Mm-hmm.
and read Reiki, the essentials of Reiki and read it. But until you are in the presence of a master and the master
Acknowledge.
opens up the
Acknowledges it.
channel,
Right,
Gotcha.
right.
you're not going to get attuned.
'Cause
You
other
can
than that,
look at the symbols
yeah.
because, back in the day, when Reiki first came out, the symbols weren't even published. Students didn't even get the symbols until the day of a class. But now it's all over internet.
Yeah, of
Right.
course.
So
yeah.
even if,
Everything's accessible.
Exactly. So even if I am not attuned to Reiki and I look at the symbol, it's not doing anything. I can't do anything with it.
Because they're self-diagnosing.
Exactly.
Essentially,
I
yeah.
got
That's what it
you.
is. It's a self-diagnosis.
It's a self-diagnosis.
Yeah, because
I feel that.
it's like you saying I have ADHD or
And
something
you ain't
like
never
that.
seen
And
a psychiatrist.
yeah,
or
or you
nothing.
say you're a psychopath